Hello guys, Nicholas Vega, and I just want to share about the importance of insulin, how it impacts your hunger, and how it is the most anabolic. It's the most anabolic hormone in your body. Either it produces things, it makes things. It's gonna build fat or muscle, pretty much. And usually, people start off their days in a they're very insulin sensitive, meaning their blood sugar is very low, because they haven't eaten for a good 8 hours, hopefully. The most important aspect of weight loss to your health, just everything, is sleep. So it's very low, and usually most people start a day off, like we'll say kids or just people in general, like an easy, it's like a quick, easy on the go K bar or some sugary breakfast food, orange juice, all these things that have sugar and carbs in them, and this is what it's gonna happen. It's gonna spike your insulin very high. And for those who don't know what insulin is pretty much when you eat food, particularly carbohydrates, it turns into glucose and it gets stored into your muscles and liver first, and then anything extra gets stored as fat. It gets stored as glycogen. So what happens is, once back to the topic, you spike your insulin very high, then it's going to dramatically come back down. And what happens is when it dramatically comes back down, it also removes a lot of blood from the bloodstream, and that's really gonna cause you to be hungry, tired. It's gonna take away your energy, and you're just gonna feel just like shit. Honestly, it's a vicious cycle, and this is what happens. This is why people have constant cravings. I remember I used to come home, after school, and I wouldn't eat none all day, and I'd have me a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and 10 minutes later, I ate 10 of them, 6 of them. I'm not even joking. And like I'm like, man, why are these so addictive? It's because that's what was happening. It's a vicious cycle, and this is not how you don't want to start the day off like this. That's why I recommend eating carbs later on. Definitely post workout after, carbs after your workout, because you don't want to be in this vicious cycle. You're gonna be able to think clear. You're gonna get more things done. You're gonna have your energy, at the peak. You're gonna be a lot more productive. And like I said, if you're in weight, that's why people go on low carb diets, because they think, oh man, if because you're either in a fat burning mode, or you're storing fat, or either burning fat, pretty much. And that's why people believe if they go on low carbs, they're gonna get faster results. When in all honesty, no, you're not gonna get faster results. You might get faster results in a month, because the majority of there's actually been studies that show, like, after like a month, people on low carb diets lose more weight, but in the long term, like 6 months to a year, it's the same amount of weight that's lost, because weight loss is determined by being in a caloric deficit. But that's why low carb is just pointless. Honestly, the only thing I could see it like being very beneficial, in my opinion, is uh, it helps with anti-aging. Because when you eat sugar and glucose, pretty much, or carbohydrates, it ages you. You want to keep that skin looking young for the ladies or the men, whatever it may be. But so insulin. That's why you are fat, tired, and hungry, because you spiked it real high, and it's gonna come back down. And the food you want to eat, usually it's those high glycemic foods, meaning it spikes your insulin really high. It's gonna come back down, while low glycemic foods is gonna keep your bloodstream constant. Brown rice, lentils. It's gonna. I eat those before a workout sometimes, because I like playing basketball. I don't usually eat carbs before a workout. I don't, but it interferes with my basketball abilities. I don't know. It's weird. But when it comes to workout, I don't eat carbs pre workout. I'm able to lift heavier. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but when you eat low carb or carbs before a workout, you actually might notice that, like, you feel sluggish, and that is so totally true. But when it comes to I'm not gonna talk about basketball. My bad. I'm not gonna talk about myself, but you don't need carbs for a pre-workout. You should only eat carbs after post-workout, and I'm gonna explain that in greater detail. There's a few. I forgot what other hormones interfere with that, but I'll explain that. But pretty much, the only time you should be eating high glycemic carbohydrates are post-workout, because you want to get that glucose right back into your muscles real fast, and it's not going to really interfere with your blood sugar levels, because your muscles are depleted of glycogen, and it needs that high glycemic carbohydrate is going to go into that muscle, and it's going to refill the glycogen. Compared to someone who doesn't work out, their muscles are already filled with glycogen, so their blood sugar levels are just going to drop. So that's why the only time you should really have a high glycemic carbohydrate is after a workout. And besides that, just eat low glycemic carbohydrates throughout the day. And that's all I really wanted to share with you guys about insulin. You know, it's just, you know, usually when I see people walking to the gym, they're eating a banana, you know, getting ready for the workout. I'm just shaking my head like, you're not in fat burning mode no more, bro, or guy, whatever. You know, that's all I wanted to share. That's all. Yeah. So have a good one. Control your insulin. I'm out.